Alrighty, guys, this is Snugsonblitz, and today we're going to be talking about something that needs to be talked about more, and that is the concept of fun. It's a game. Blitz is just a game. It's not real life. It's just a bunch of digits moving around the screen in a cool way that is entertaining for us. And if the tank you're driving around in is OP, but it's not fun, then you lose interest in it. If a tank is hard, but you're enjoying it, then it's fun. But fun is very subjective. Some people will love an OP tank. Some people will love a tank that does huge damage. Some people will like the challenging tanks. So in today's list, it's all about what I feel, nothing about what you feel. I'm not judging it based on what I see on the battlefield or what my friends think. This is just how I think how much fun these tanks are for me. And as you can see, we've got 5 different categories. We've got Let's Ride, which is very fun in my opinion. And of course, down at the bottom, we've got Pass, which means I don't really want to play these tanks. So that's the intro for this video. I'm going to go through this as fast as possible because I don't want to waste any time. This is not to explain the strengths and weaknesses of the tanks, just if I think they're fun, pretty much. Okay, so let's just shove one in right off the bat. AT8, where would I put it? Right here, the Pass. Why? It's slow as heck. It's not fun. The gun can be a little bit silly, but that's about it. Speaking of slow, I have this tank, the Churchill 6. What is it? Sorry, 7. Right next to it. Why? It's freaking slow. So it's not fun to play. Now, the Panther, I think it's pretty fun. The Britannia Panther, I guess that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Please, I butcher these names, so don't get angry at me. But I think it's a fun tank. I might move it down to decent, but I think it is rather fun. Armor does work. I think the agent is a Let's Ride. Yeah, this is a fun tank. It's fast, it's agile, it's good gun depression. Oh, lovely tank. I think actually the AMX 12 ton is a very fun tank. It's great camo. It's got great camo. The gun hits hard, surprisingly, for such a light tank. I would say, yeah, it's not an easy tank, but I think it's fun. My win rate's 80% in this tank, if you can believe it. So that was kind of crazy. Basoto, I think it's a fun tank. It's an assault tank or a sniper. You can do lots of things with it. The armor does work, but most importantly, the gun works. It smacks. The ARL used to be down here. I'm just picking these at random, guys, just whatever I feel like. I think it's actually just okay now. It's moved out of the bottom league and moved up into just one league above it in the just okay. The Habicha, I mean, it's decent. It's just a little too slow for my tastes. It might even be just okay, but I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'll think about it as we go through. The 5960, I think it's decent. It's fun, but it's hard. It's hard to do very well in it because it doesn't have any armor and the gun depression is not the easiest. AC Force, I think this is a pass. It's just not a fun tank in my opinion. Some people like it, I don't. So, yeah, give that one a pass. The Aonix, I think it's pronounced. I think it's decent fun. It might even be fun because of those 3 shells. That makes it kind of deadly. Yeah, let's put it there in fun for now. What the heck? The Aonix Christmas. I'm just gonna skip the copy because it's the copycat, so it's the same as the AMX 12 ton. So forget about that. Just ignore that unless they're special ones. I guess I should move out the Aonix for now. Then I guess ARL. It's fun in the sense that it's a strong tank. Is it an awesome tank? No. Blastoid. I'm going to leave Blastoid because it's just like Annex. I don't want the copycats. I want the original tanks. Boogie. I just think it's just okay. I think the Chaffee, I think it's just okay. I actually prefer the 5916 over the Chaffee because it's challenging. But, you might not like that challenge. So just bear that in mind. That's why I put it in the DC category. Cheeto, I'm just going to say it's just okay. I just don't really enjoy this tank. Churchill gun carrier. You might think I put it here, but I'm actually going to put it here because the gun smacks pretty hard. And so I love dominating game against tanks and making them cry. considering I'm playing one of the worst tanks armor-wise for such a tank destroyer. It's got no armor whatsoever, really. Well, Churchill, yeah, it just goes the Mark 6, just as bad as the Mark 7. So, goodness me, we have this one as LL. I'm just gonna throw them all next to it. I don't even. Okay, Cromwell B is a special one. I have to put that in. It goes right up here. Great gun depression and very agile. Can learn a lot from playing this tank because there's a lot of fun tanks like the Progetto 46 that are around the same kind of play style. So you can have a lot of fun and learn how to play against not pros, which is a great tank to have. Cromwell, I'm going to include this because they are quite different. I must drop it down decent. A long time ago, I would have said just okay, but I've improved as a player. So the sideboard, again, I'm going to skip the copycats. Dick and Max, I think this is a fun tank actually because you can come up in some unusual positions. You got to figure that. Don't use it as a standard tank destroyer, but as a weird tank destroyer that can just peek over little hills and ridges. Rather good in that sense. The Dreadnought, I have to include this because it is a different tank than the Churchill. It can carry. It's got better armor, and that makes it all different. So you can be very aggressive in this tank against tier 6. Tanks play it almost like an assault tank. So I really like it. And the camo looks great too. Razor, because it's got not the fast firing gun, I'm going to include this one as well. So, but I can only put in decent. I prefer the fast firing gun for sure. Firefly, just okay. I don't really like the play style. Frosty is just like a chaffee, so skip that. Fury, very similar, but again, I'm just going to put this here. It's not exactly a Firefly, so I'm going to the Hellcat. You may not be surprised, but I'm going to put it right here. Fun, camo, great gun, excellent. The Jackson, I'm just going to say it's decent. Jagdpanzer, I don't think it's fun for myself. There's one tank that I'll include, and again, I'm breaking my rules here, so don't bitch and moan. Juno, I just think it's okay. Maybe I'm gonna put the Happy Chin just okay for now. I'll bring it back down here. The Cryos, though, this definitely gets put up in the Let's Ride category because it's that DPM is great. The Skoda, yeah, just okay. KV1S, it's kind of a heavy, decent. The gun does hit hard. You may even want to put it in fun, actually. Teach you a lot about the game. Skoda T25, as I said, I think it's a fun tank because it got those 3 shells. I said I'm using that instead of the Annex, or however you pronounce it. KV2 can be fun. Derp gun, decent, just for the laughs. That's really what it's for. The Sherman is very similar to these two. They're slightly different though. So this one I'm just going to put it right next to it as well. I mean, very similar gameplay. And likewise, this guy. Can you believe there are 5 tanks that are so similar in shape and almost playstyle? M6. I think this is actually decently fun. I like it because the armor can work, and the gun is fast firing for such a heavy tank, so it's nice. Is that the tier 6? I think that's the tier 7. So yeah, this is 7 right there. I don't think we'll include that. That must be a mistake. MT25. The 4 shells make it decently fun. I don't think it's better than these tanks. It can be a lot of fun. Some people really like this thing. I've just never really gelled with it. Nashorn. Well, no, it's just okay. Nothing to write home about. Padawan tank. Oh, wait, what do we get? Sorry. Object 244. I'm going to go into, decent. It's fun. It's decently fast for a heavy tank. I'm just going to go with the P43 BIS, and that's, to me, it's actually decent. I used not to like it, but it's grown on me, so it moved out of the just okay category, barely. Palawan tank, I actually think, even though it's ugly as sin, it goes into the fun category. It's decently fast, and the armor does work. I think it's a pretty good tank, actually. Budil is not the Dragoneer. I think it's just decent. Yeah, it just doesn't feel as good. This one, the PZ4, I think this is fun. Definitely. It's definitely not less ride, but the gun is very accurate, and you can have some really good games in that tank. Looking for the tanks that are not kind of copy paste. Sherman Firefly is going to be put right here. Stratswagen 74 for me, just here. This one also just there. SU100 is just there. SU100Y, it goes into the fun just because of the ramming capability. Decent fun. It can't quite. It does have the special. Okay, I'll move it up. I'm gonna move it up. I know that's crazy, but considering you can ram people for, I mean, my record damage in a ram in this tank, I think it's the record I have, was 720. That was amazing. I love that. Never forgot that ram. The T150, which you very rarely see these days, quite a slow tank, but I think it'll just scrape into just okay. Used to be better. Super Hawker, that's tier 7, so I'm going to skip that. T-34-85 used to be a tank I thought was fun because I thought it was a really enjoyable tank in the platoon. But now it's a shell of its former self. The Victory, I think it's a solid pass. I just do not enjoy playing that tank. T-21 scrapes into just okay. T-43 is tier 7, so we'll skip that. The T-37, I prefer it over the Chaffee, but not by much. But up into decent. Fun stuff. The Thunder, it's a downgraded. I'm gonna put it because it is different than a KV-1S. KV-1S up here somewhere, I think. Yeah, decent, but I think it doesn't reach that category. Might even be a pass. Yeah, the reload is pretty slow, so I'm gonna skip that one. The WZ-131, not as good as the, where is it, Basotto, but I think it's decently fun. I mean, decent, fun, decent. I think it's fun. Yeah, actually, I do think it's a pretty solid tank. The Dog. I mean, how can anyone forget the Dog? The Dog is kind of a silly tank, but that's what makes it fun. Decently fun, I should say. What else we got? The Fire VK, which I would say is, because of its potential for bouncing shells and teaching you, I'm going to say it's fun. I like it's a little bit on the slow side, but I still think it's good. The Type 58, while it is a different tank, it's still just right next to the T-34-85. Too similar. The Type 64, to me, it's okay. Just nothing to write home about. VK2801. It's not quite the Agent, but if you can't get it, I would say it's decently fun. Used to be amazing. That tank was tier for tier probably the best tank in the game. It was crazy how good that tank was. VK30, I think it's just okay. I'm gonna skip those. Oh, the VK3001. It's just okay. Just go for the other one. What's it? The VK2801. That's the better tank. The Tiger. There's a few different Tigers. Just okay, I guess. Not Tiger 1. The Tiger 131. I think the Tiger 131 is the worst of the Tiger variants in tier 6, but Just taking a look and seeing if I missed any other. Why are they there? I think I've done everything. I mean, the Y5, I mean, again, it's just okay. No, it's a little bit better than that. It's decently agile. And I think that's pretty much all the tanks. These are just copies of the tank above that, in my opinion, aren't unique enough to consider. I mean, the icebreaker is just basically a Tiger Kudo Moromime. Magnus is was it M6. The B Blitz 9000 is essentially a worse version of the Hellcat. You kind of get what I mean here. I don't think there's anything to write home about when it comes to these tanks below. They would just be pretty much right next to their brothers up above. So there you go. These are what I consider fun. As you can see, the slow tanks get shoved down here along with a few notable weak tanks that I just don't think they're fun to play. I mean, I do okay in them, 58% and stuff like that, but just didn't enjoy. I mean, I like the Thunder's looks. It just kind of stinks. In the just okay category, I mean, many people like the JG PC4. I just never gelled with it. I mean, it has my record, I think, in tier 6. I did 4,200 or something like that. But I just didn't enjoy it. I still don't enjoy it. I don't find it easy to manufacture shots. It's a little bit too low to the ground and too slow. So it's more team dependent than I like, I find. And I just think the Kraus is a far superior vehicle. Just go for that one. If you can. I mean, of course, that's a premium tank, I know. In the decent category, you've got some silly tanks like the KV2 and the TOG, which they're fun for giggles every now and then. Some solid tanks in the 244, the KV1S, the Jackson. I mean, they can be a pain to deal with, but are they amazing? No, they're just a little bit slow for my liking. Moving up into these tanks, here in the fun category, decently fast, most of them, except maybe the VK. Armor works, ramming capability works, accurate gun, fast firing gun, hard hitting, got a little bit of everything. Decent sniping tank, probably one of the best in tier 6. 3 shells. See, these is something interesting about each of these tanks. Good gun depression, ramming capability, solid armor, a bit of everything. Medium tank. This is the heavy tank, in my opinion, the convertible. If you want a tank that can do a little bit of everything on the battlefield, these two are the ones to go for if you want medium playstyle, heavy playstyle. Paladin tank, again, a solid tank. I mean, I think it's going to be easier to win in these tanks than it is down here in these tanks for most players. I will say that, but I think not only that is they're just more fun to play. I mean, this one is good fun because it's fast. Go around the battlefield, cause all sorts of trouble and crazy stuff. But up here, to me, are the creme de la creme, the Agent, the AMX 12-ton, which most people probably hate. Basotto, I think I'm sitting at 77% of that tank. It's just a beast. Cromwell B is a great tank to learn gun depression and how to take advantage of ridges and things like that. Hellcat, camo lessons, and great gun. And the Kras, which is DPM heaven. So there you go. That's my list of my most fun tanks in tier 6. What do you think? What tanks would you put up here in the Let's Ride category? And which tanks do you disagree with? Which tanks am I underestimating? And which tanks do you think I'm overestimating? Underestimating and overestimating. Sorry. Which tanks do you think I'm underestimating when it comes to fun? And which tanks do you think I'm overestimating when it comes to fun? Remember, just my feeling. I don't enjoy these tanks that much because they're either too slow or very kind of one-dimensional tanks. Uh, can I perform in them? Sure, you can perform decently in any tank, but that doesn't make them fun. It's just when I get into these tanks, I think, it's a tank kind of thing. When I move over here, oh, this is something unique, something different. It's getting a little bit more interesting. And these, even how silly some of these tanks may be, I'm talking about you right here, Mr. SU-100Y. They are fun to play with. So that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? And I'll see you tomorrow. Snugsonblitz.